What is going on, guys? My name is Micah with Crash Course Code, and this is going to be the 27th video in this Java programming series. In this video, we're going to talk about a really important distinction within programming. It's going to be objects versus classes. Now, these two ideas are going to be really easy to get mixed up if you have never worked with classes or objects before. So try to pay attention. If it doesn't make perfect sense, do a little more research on Google or something like that at the end of this video. Just make sure you have a really good understanding of what an object is versus a class. So in this video, we're going to create a new class. We're going to just call this the car class. Remember I was saying that anything can be a class. So I can be a class, this desk can be a class, any object in the world can be a class. All it is a grouping of similar behavior here. So our car class is going to have some properties. And I've been calling them properties. In Java, they're actually called fields. I'm kind of thinking of, in Objective-C, the language I've kind of been working with, which is for iPhone programming, you call them properties. In Java, they're called fields, but basically, same idea. They're the quantifiable values of your class. So we're going to have some fields in this car class. And our fields are going to be oil level and gas level here. We're also going to have some methods. So we're just going to have two methods. We're going to keep it really simple here. We're going to have the drive method and the stop method. So this is the class we're going to create. Let's just create that right now. Right click on the source folder, go to new class. We're going to call this the car class. Hit finish, and now we have this new car method stub here. So to declare a field within a class, all you do is you declare the variable right inside the class here. So I'm going to declare private floats oil level and private floats gas level. Now this is going to create a couple of fields within your class. So this private keyword, what this means is it means that this variable can only be accessed within the class. There are two different options for this. You can say public or private. If you put public, this just means that if you create a car class, a car object, within the main.java file, you're going to be able to access this variable directly. We don't want that because we're going to create something called getter and setter methods. They are methods you can use to access this variable. The reason you do this is due to a concept called data encapsulation within programming. I'll explain that a little more in a future tutorial, but for now, just remember to set all of your variables, all of your fields within a new class to private. So those are our fields. So now we're going to write out the methods here. So we're going to say public void. You're going to notice a difference here. I'm not putting in the word static. Drive. Man, my throat is really dry right now. And we're going to have public void stop. So these are our two methods for our car class. Now you notice we left out the static keyword. The reason I'm actually going to explain what that static keyword is right now. The static keyword means that it is a class method. When you leave the static keyword out, it means it is an object method. So let's say, remember how in our calculator class that we created in the last video, drive method called, we were able to access that method just directly from the class without creating any new kind of object. You'll see what I'm talking about when I go back into this main file. But basically, if I go back into the main file and I try to call car.drive here, it's going to give me an error because since drive is not a class method, you need to actually create a car object before you can access this. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to create a car object. So to create an object, you do this. We've kind of done it a little bit before in previous tutorials, but I never actually explicitly mentioned that we were creating a class. So we can say car, my car, equals new car. And then just put those parentheses right there. So what this is doing is this is taking the car class, we are creating a new object right here and returning that to the myCar variable here. So now we have an object instead of an actual class. The class is acting as the blueprint for creating this new object. So what is an object? An object is just it's like a ripped blueprint, like a ripped off copy of a certain class blueprint. So right now, I can call that method I was talking about, mycar.drive. You're going to see it's not going to give us an error. If we run this, you're going to see it says drive method called. So we can actually run that method now. Now the real power of objects is within their fields. So I'm going to I'm going to write the getter and setter methods right now within the car class. So a convention with Java when you're creating classes and want to manipulate these fields right here is you write a getter and a setter class. So I'm going to say public void, public floats get oil level. All I'm going to do in this method is I'm going to return the oil level. So I'm going to say return oil level. I'm also going to create a setter method, so set oil level. It's going to be, it's going to make oil level equal to whatever I put within these parentheses here, so the arguments, so floats, new oil level, new oil level. So to start, I'm just going to create this first getter here. It's giving me an error. Let's see what's going on. I haven't actually added a return statement. Basically, I accidentally put in a return type. There actually is no return type for setter methods. So we'll say public void set oil level float new oil level. So this method right here is going to return our oil level within our class, and this method is going to set it. Now, if you're confused, try to bear with me. Classes are kind of confusing to start, classes and objects, making that distinction. So just try to get through this, and we'll see if you can. You're going to be able to kind of distinguish between them. So now you're going to see that I'm going to be able to now do mycar.set oil level. And I'm going to be able to change this to a new oil level here. So I'm going to say I want to change this to 10.0. 10.0 F actually. I'll talk about this this F here. Basically, the F just means you want to convert this number to a float. Yeah, that's all it means. So when you use doubles, you don't have to do this. The F just stands for float. That just converts that number to a float instead of a double. So now we have our oil level set. We can system.out.println our oil level here. So we're going to say, this video is getting kind of long actually, so I'm going to split this video into two parts here. Now we have our object created. We have a couple methods, some getter and setter methods. In the next one, we're actually going to create multiple objects, so you're going to see the power of objects more in the next video. This is kind of the basic setup here. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.